Wow. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen,
How are you?
quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our mom's all okay?
I think so.
Yeah.
Took care of all my business on Saturday. Got to see all of them, you know.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, I saw my only mom yesterday. And already people were bitching. Oh, the show. It's like I finally just posted a picture of me and my mom on Facebook and said, if you got a problem, take it up with this lady. You know, and people are like, I'd fuck it. I'd hit.
Well, she does have a hot voice, as we know, as we decided.
No question.
It took 4 seconds, Jay, before fucking jizz all over that face. And that's not a joke. And I just had to, all I could come back with was, you know what, guys? This is why we can't have nice toys. Because you just break them, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
They were saying that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're fucking monsters, dude. What do you expect? Probably going to get worse. Look at Jay. He's beside himself. You can't imagine going on someone's social media picture of like them and their mom going, I'd jizz in the face.
I just can't.
No? Wow, that surprised me. Are you surprised by that, Jay?
No.
You wouldn't spend a lot of time on social media doing that? Yeah. Well, it was a fun, happy Mother's Day to everybody. I hope all the moms out there had a good day. I haven't seen my mommy in 4 months, so it was cool seeing her.
Back from Marin County, right?
She's not in Marin County. She's south of Marin County.
What county does she live in?
Fucking Marin County. I don't know what it is. It's in,
You don't even know.
It's in Silicon Valley, whatever that. I don't know. It's by San Jose and that area. But yeah, it was funny, man. I went to lunch with my dad, you know, when he got home, and he like his buddy died a few years ago, Lou.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's like 5 years ago, no big deal. But Lou had a bunch of shit that my dad had to then fucking clean out and empty out and dump a lot of shit, and then people divvied stuff up. And his pickup truck was left behind. Lou's 1999 stick shift,
Sweet.
white Ford Ranger. And my dad's like, I guess I'll take it. And so there were 3 people that were on the thing. And so my dad paid a couple grand to the other people. Like, I'll just take it for whatever. So I think Blue Book was $2,400 something. 33,000 miles on this thing. 99 Ranger. My dad falls in love with this fucking truck. Absolutely falls in love with it.
They just don't make them like this anymore.
He's rolling around. I get there. And he's fucking driving around this white pickup truck.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he fucking adores it. And so now he's like, well, you know, that was 5 years ago or something. So now it's 5 years later, and he's like, you know, I mean, it's got older parts, and its safety things have changed a lot over the years, and it's, you know, and so he's like, I should probably sell it. And they were talking about leasing a car when they go there. I guess you can like Uber lease cars for, you know, for a few months instead of buying one, or maybe we ship one out there, but whatever. If he's going to do anything, he's got to sell this truck first. So he looks up the fucking Blue Book on it. He hasn't looked in 5 years. He's like, sees one for like $6 grand. He's like, I go, nah, it's fucking $2 grand for one of those trucks. He's like, yeah, I saw a bunch of stuff in there. So he's like, I can't figure out what to believe. Is it $2,700? Is it $6,000? Whatever. I'm like, no, it's fucking $2,700, dude. And so he's like, well, I just figured I'll throw it up there and post it. Within a half hour, I go, what'd you list it at? He goes, $6,500. Half hour, bing, bing, boo, 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 boo. Inundated people. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll be there in the morning.
Sight unseen,
What?
Guy was like, I'm at work right now. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm making the drive up. I'll pick it up tomorrow. I'll be there in the morning. And he's like, what? I'm like, you got ripped off. You sold your truck for too little. I'm like, so I literally want to ask Detroiters who are like Motor City people, car people, why would a fucking Ford Ranger 99, the value go through the roof like that? So I start like going Blue Book on some of these things. Oh yeah, Ford Ranger 1999, 330,000 miles, $6 grand. Gone.
What?
271,000 miles. I'm like, Dad, you got ripped off. You just had 33,000 miles on it. The guy comes
Wait a
over.
minute, it has 33,000 now?
Now.
Okay.
Yeah, the one he sold, 33,000 miles. And so this dude fucking comes, he ends up selling it to the guy in the Bay Area who, you know, is close to him. The guy shows up 45 minutes early to the meeting. He's just like sitting in the driveway like, jacked off, rock fucking hard, I'm getting my truck, yeah. And the guy fucking has $6,400, $6,500 in cash on him. And he details cars. You know, that's what he does. Mm-hmm. And so my dad's like, well, you a little detailing on my other car. I ends up fucking detailing Eddie Ed's car like 3 days later. he's making new buddies. He goes, Mike, 4 days passes. The guy had detailed his new Ranger twice. Like, he's going in there and fucking buffing the nuts off and shit in the engine.
Buffing the nuts off.
Yeah, he's in there buffing and stuff, just like making sure it's. I'm like, what is going? Does that make any sense to anybody?
No, it seems like
And there
too
must
much
be
money
something,
to me. But
obviously, right?
I don't know. I know, like the original Ford Bronco. It was $2,700 new, $100,000. You can pay $100,000 for that fucking thing now. 50,000 easy.
yeah, but 99 Ranger, that was just squarely in the middle of the production of Ranger, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
I know that. Dude, I'm as puzzled as you
me-
are. I
Is
don't
it
know.
possible that was the last year it was produced? Jesus, Bing it.
What are you binging? Are you binging?
I blue booked it. I was like, is this way off? But it looked like it was in that 2,000 to 4,000 range.
It depends where you go, because that's why my dad was confused. He's like, I had 10 days, and I go, well, what if it didn't sell in 10 days? He goes, just pull it, leave it in the garage, whatever. I'll deal with it next year.
No, they were produced
Fair enough.
2011,
Yeah.
1982 to 2011, and then 2018 to present.
Dude, he's like, my phone blew up. I'm getting notifications like all fucking night within minutes of posting it. So I don't know. There's something to it. I mean, that wouldn't just be a California thing, would it?
Man, I don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine having that back a few years ago at this price, and then a few years goes by and it's now worth double.
Just if there's
I don't know,
no
man.
rust on it, if it's been packed away like that, really low mileage, I could see paying a premium, but that does seem like a lot.
It seems
Maybe
like an
not.
awful lot. An awful lot. Anyway, Isis, what did you end up doing? You did not get a card for your mom for Mother's Day.
By the way, I
I
thought where
didn't,
that
actually.
story was going was he sold it to Isis. It would have been perfect, but then you said it was a
Yeah.
stick shift, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
wouldn't
I'm
work.
not learning to drive stick shift at this point.
No way.
No.
I can't even imagine
No.
not knowing how to drive a stick. Like, that would
Well, I
suck
can't
as a
imagine
man.
him actually being able to, though,
He'd
right?
probably like it. It
No.
would prevent you from
Fuck
texting
no.
and driving more.
Fuck
E.
no, I wouldn't like it. Too much. I mean, no.
You've never done it. How do you know?
Because I'm a lazy person. Like in the sense of driving, dude. I want to listen to my music or
Yeah.
whatever. I certainly don't want to have to sit here and worry that like, oh, I got to do this now. Adding things to my fucking driving.
You realize it just becomes like blinking. You don't even realize. Like, after
Okay, but-
no amount of, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Like,
But
it
I
just
already-
becomes second nature when you're driving a stick.
But I
you don't
already
think
know
about
how
it.
to drive automatic, so I would.
Right, right.
I mean, why would I add that if I don't want it?
Anyways, what did you do for your mom? Did you, because cards are out now. You're not doing cards.
No, you're right.
Which I
I'm
like.
done with cards. But what I did is, for one, I went to the Finish Center for this, for a brunch that she's running because I've mentioned before that she volunteers over at this Finish Center. But what I did is I actually bought her.
I'm starting to think Franny's got a piece on the side of that Finish Center. I don't know. It's just me. But
I don't exactly know what they are, to be honest. I was on the phone with my dad about them, but I did buy like two bunch of flowers, I guess, or something. But like ones that I'm gonna.
It seems like you would know if they were
don't-
flowers or not. You
not
looked at me like
flowers.
Yeah.
quizzically.
I don't know. Not
two of them,
I just don't know what
two was
flowers?
I didn't see flowers coming next.
I don't know what
I
I
don't know
bought.
what they
I
are.
bought two things, like two.
Why
Like
two?
flats?
Yeah, two flat things that I'm gonna actually bury into like grow into the ground. Like I'm gonna not grow.
You're gonna garden at your house at the manor.
Well, my dad is gonna help me put them in the ground, and then they have to get watered and stuff.
Your
but
dad's going to help you put these in the
Sure.
ground. Do you have a shovel?
I don't know how to do that.
A shovel
This
is
is
not
a-
a two-man job for two little.
No, unless you're
flowers.
burying someone.
I don't know, man. It's just an idea I thought, as opposed to just giving flowers.
Are they
that just-
annuals or perennials?
Great question.
You know what? I think perennials. If I were to.
Don't you want annuals that come back every year?
You sure they're not annuals-y?
I don't know. I don't know what I got. Look,
This is a terrible gift. He gave himself work. Usually he's a great gift giver. He gives a pair of tickets to something he wants to go to,
My mom's
and you have to
hard
go
'cause
with him.
My mom's really hard because she doesn't. I don't
Moms
know.
are hard.
She
They
doesn't,
are.
she doesn't
Yeah.
have
But
a
you
lot
can't
of.
go wrong with flowers.
I know, but I thought
Yeah.
as opposed to buying just a.
Did you flower up proper?
I did.
But
yeah. What did you do? I bet you know what you did.
Yeah, I just got some orchids.
You did bouquet.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, you're not going to plant them.
It's a plant that can sit on a desk or a table.
But you're not. Your
no,
role
I'm
is
not-
done.
My role's done. It
Well, that
was,
was-
here you go.
Here you go. What
Yes.
you deal with
Done.
it, throw it in the garbage, the ground, whatever you do is on you.
But that
now.
was my
Done.
my thought
Yeah.
was though that's the thing. Like those things just last a weekish and then they're gone and they're just thrown away. But these things are gonna at least be in the ground for the year or whatever.
Yeah.
That was my thought. Why it would be a little different. I guess I don't know. whatever. That's what I did.
Did you card up, Jay, for your mom, or did you just flower up? Is
No
that all you
card,
did?
no card. I did card up for the kids though for their mom. So
My dad refuses to do that.
I know.
Every year, you should do it. It's great. He goes, "Fucking, it's not my mom."
Dude, I'm just about to that point.
Yeah, they're old enough.
Yeah, I am still to the point where I'm having to help, collect the stuff, drive around. Although
Yeah.
Manny and Russell can both do that now, but just the timing of it, I had to get out.
See, I don't have a problem with you helping Sweet Pie a little bit here and there. It's time to girl. But the boys, no, they're on their own.
Russell took the truck in to get it washed for her.
Oh, that's nice.
So over to Mr. C's.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Listener Nina, that's her place, Mr.
Yeah.
C's on Lapeer Road. And also got her, I'll show you some pictures of what.
Oh,
the
these ought to be
spread.
great.
Look at all those flowers.
Whoa, whoa! Gab made out like a
She
bandit.
did, didn't she?
What
She's
is that,
got
Diet Water?
Number one,
Is
she's
that
got
Diet Water there?
Mylar. She's got Diet Water. She's got a couple flats of flowers. She's got a hanging basket.
Wait a s-
And then I think some chicken bars.
chicken.
Sweet Pie picked them out.
Yeah, the chucks on bars. Wait a minute. Did you buy this Mylar last year and just save it for till this year?
That's Sweet Pie's idea. It says Happy Valentine's Day, and she put a sign over it.
I mean, it's deflating. Oh,
It's from Valentine's Day, man.
I was looking at it going, what is? There's something.
She put a sign over Valentine.
I love it. You know what I did? I'm like Sweet Pie. I was like, because I got my mom something, I had to wrap it, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what the wrapping. The only wrapping paper I could find was with
Christmas stuff
snowmen
on
it. Snowman.
Yeah.
So she literally got snowman wrapping paper.
Yeah, that's why people used to use the newspaper, right? The funny papers.
Sure.
Always
sure.
comes in handy.
I got my mom the Portal. You familiar with the Portal?
No.
It's by Facebook. They're getting all like, oh yeah, it's privacy. That's our big thing now. But it's every time I'm over at my parents' house in Brighton, they're on the phone with my sister in California or my brother in Arizona. Because when I'm over there, it's usually like Thanksgiving or Christmas, and so they want to talk to the grandkids. They want to get my niece and nephews on, and so.
Oh,
you,
yeah, I
you
know
end
what
up
you're-
walking
yeah.
around the fucking kitchen like, oh yeah, no, that's cute. No, look, did you see that? You know, you're constantly holding your phone up,
Yeah.
so you guys can FaceTime and the kids and blah blah blah. So the Portal's kind of like an iPad, and it's got a camera on the top, and this thing. You call it, and then it pulls them up on the screen, and the camera will literally follow you wherever you
wow.
are in the kitchen.
That's a great gift.
So if you're walking around and shit, the camera will just follow
Yeah.
you, so you don't have to sit there and hold your phone. And yeah.
Who gave you this idea? That's a great gift.
One of the morning news things. I can't remember which one I was watching, but you know how they do that. Like, if you're looking for the perfect Valentine's gift, these
You're like,
things
yes,
are amazing.
yes, I am.
Yeah, they that's the only time those segments help me out. And usually when it's Mother's Day, I'm like, fast forward.
Flowers.
I don't care because it's
Right.
like this bouquet of flowers or this edible fruits basket shaped like flowers. I'm like, yeah, no, my mom's not interested.
But that caught your eye.
Yeah, and they had a few things. They had like the Roomba guy that rolls around and vacuums the floor.
Familiar?
They got a new one that and this son of a bitch is trained. He's smart. He knows when E's been over and spills sauce on your floor, and he goes, fucking E, and then he automatically
I've seen that. Yeah.
spritzes and then cleans it. They're like, oh, moms are gonna love it. I'm like, yeah, because moms are all into vacuuming, of course. And then the last one, they're like, oh, this is the one,
The portal.
the portal. And I was like, what the fuck is a portal? And I was like, oh yeah, that ain't bad. I bet she'd like that. So
Good idea.
yeah.
Well, this is what we most importantly took home from Margie
You're
Paul's.
supposed to bring some over, by the way. Where are my fucking paper products?
This is my, this is kind of my stash.
I know, but dude, remember when you said, I go, dude, I'm going
look,
through, I don't have a
listen.
gallbladder. I don't have a gallbladder. I'm going through toilet paper at a lightning pace.
Do you need some laundry detergent? Because I literally have a lifetime supply. You do?
Oh.
All right. I'll bring you one
Yeah.
of those.
Does it work well on soiled underwears?
We'll hit
And
it
asking
that
for a
way.
friend.
We'll hit it that way, yeah.
Asking for a friend.
So he brought over more?
Well,
Doesn't
I-
he see the mountain in your garage and go,
No.
Like if he
It's incredible.
Isn't there
Yeah.
anything else like that? I'm not saying that you could start buying like expensive things, but isn't there something in that same price range that he could then go?
That's his
maybe I
thing.
should.
I don't know. I don't get it. It's my
you ever
father-in-law
asked him-
Paul.
you know what? Don't fucking look a gift horse in the mouth, man.
That's my
just,
thing.
Just whatever it is, it's something you don't have to worry for a lifetime. You don't ever have to buy.
Like
that
I
shit's
said-
expensive.
Like I said at the beginning, I was offended. I'm like, what, you think I can't take care of your daughter? And then I quickly gave in, like, whatever. It's fucking paper products.
I can't take care of your daughter with toilet paper and
It was weird. He'd
meat
come over with
products.
just like all the. Well, I bought this while I was at Costco. I'm like, why? We can buy our own. But then,
Yeah.
okay, he enjoys doing it. He searches for
It's
the
his
best.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Why
his
those
thing.
stuff? Why?
I know, E, you get hung up on it. It's like, look, meat products are done. Toiletries. Toilet paper's expensive.
No. The meat he gets us is nasty. He buys like day old meat, deli meat,
Ugh.
just shit we'd never eat. And it's like, oh, okay.
Why don't you
cool,
tell him
thanks.
you've gone vegetarian and just cut the whole meat
Yeah.
thing
No,
right out of the
he
mix?
barely ever buys meat. It's not like
okay.
he's bringing over steaks or something.
Well, I know he brings over like partially used peanut butter. I've seen that before.
That was my dad.
Oh, is that your dad? Jay brought over peanut butter for us because he brought
Like,
over,
look, man, I don't need
3
this.
giant fucking things of Jif or something. I'm like, yo, man, I think that one's open and shit.
T-Roy, hell yeah, it is.
Shit, I can see some sunlight coming through the fucking plastic, man.
No.
So he was like,
Long story short,
there's something worse about seeing someone else's
dude,
knife marks in it.
totally,
It's like,
totally.
oh, it was done by Bill or Paul. Or
Yes,
something.
I
You're like,
don't blame you. That would freak me out too. No, I went over there and my dad's like, "Oh, your mother can't eat this anymore or something." And we just happened to buy like a Costco thing of 8 of these big jars of peanut
How
butter.
old is Paul now? 90?
Sure.
Ish?
Yeah.
How many lifetimes did Paul think it would not take him
No,
to go through? Or,
You're
oh,
mixing
this
up
is Bill.
families, yeah.
Bill, dude, these
I
were
know,
fucking giant.
yeah.
Does he just eat peanut butter all day? Is that his thing? Because I would have that for 60 years.
No, it's the age-old Costco conundrum though, right? It's the paradox of like, "Oh, do I actually buy this in bulk and envision using this, or do I just get one?"
Yeah.
That's how they get you, right?
See, but-
I'll lay down the $55 for peanut butter now, and over time, it'll pay for itself.
Yeah, I guess peanut butter doesn't go bad,
Right.
for the most part.
But then he's like, "Well, we can't eat this, so I know you guys eat peanut butter." I'm like, okay, cool.
You call it
Realizing
death
like,
butter, though,
yeah,
don't
we
you?
don't
Or
we don't eat that
Satan's
shit.
ass or something?
Yes. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike will eat it. Troy will eat it.
Totally. Kill
so I bring
us.
it over without opening one. I didn't think one would be open.
It was.
One was open and used.
I was
God
so
damn.
offended and so disgusted by
Don't tell me you chucked the other ones.
No. The ones that were properly, and I mean, I double, triple checked to make sure those were properly sealed. There were no shenanigans with those. But that first one, I didn't even look
No.
hard
Oh.
enough to see, because if I would have seen like a breadcrumb, which you oftentimes will see, where people swipe it
Oh.
on their bread or toast.
I agree with
and then-
that. I agree. It bugs the shit out
Yeah,
of me.
your
bread
kids
comes
would do
yeah,
that.
and the butter. God, I'm with
butter.
you, man. That would have freaked me out to open that up.
Do you go
That
around
would've
it? Is that what you
troubled
do?
Me. I try to take something and get everything off the top
Yeah,
first. I
yeah.
take the knife and get all those crumbs off, and then I wipe that off, and then
Dude,
I
I do
go
too.
clean. Yeah.
I do too. I don't want anything to do with the last guy's fucking meal. And the butter, it's like, that happened to me the other day. It was like, T-Roy did his usual flapjacks on a Saturday morning. And it was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, man. This is a nice spreadable butter with a bunch of someone's bread marks in here, crumbs, scraping them off. Ugh.
Think of how ridiculously dumb an objection that is. But I'm with you. And I will spend like a minute or two trying to clean this shit up. It's like, what am
Yeah.
I doing? Why
Yeah.
do I care about a couple damn
I
crumbs?
mean, people in Syria would not be thrilled with a grievance such as that.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. I mean, it's a problem. We don't like it.
It is a first world problem for
It is.
sure.
We gotta do the show and hustle out of here today, Jay. Sad day around. Isis. Apparently, usually it's one of us that have to set the schedule about when we're in or out, and E is just Mr. Flexible. Today, he's got a hard out, and I don't know what's going on, E, but
he's
mean,
dressed up more properly today.
Yeah,
I
he
noticed
is.
that.
He
I
does.
actually
Well,
complimented him on his shirt.
I dressed up because I didn't want to. So I don't know. The deal is, we all know I have these 2 cats, but the thing is, there's
Tony and the one you hate.
Right, Tony and the rival Tony. But my dad fucking loves this other cat. And so anyway, last week he'd been a little funny for a day or two, and they took him in, and it turned out it was fucking cancer and like a heart issue.
The other cat, not Tony.
Yeah, not
oh,
Tony.
Thank God.
Not Tony.
Not your dad. You're talking about the
Not
other
Tony.
cat.
But still, dude. So it's been but it happened out of nowhere, man. Like, it was seriously like a week ago. I mean, probably in reality, maybe there was, I'm assuming, something going, but none of us saw anything in him. And dude, when pets
Of
like,
course
let it
it
go.
was. Okay.
Well,
go
no,
ahead.
I know, but I understand that, but I'm saying it's sudden in the sense that it wasn't like we were for a month going, he's kind of been out of it.
Gotcha.
It was just like a week ago he was totally fine,
Mm-hmm.
running around. All of a sudden, Tuesday he looks a little weird. Wednesday it's like, dude, he's going in the corner and not coming out.
But this
And
is
so
a
it's
cat
like,
you guys
ruined.
didn't even like. You just called it Tabby, didn't you?
Yeah,
It's just like-
my mom and dad love him. My objection to Tabby is so absurd because what happened is that Tony was already here. We saved Tabby from the fucking winter one year, and we did like our worthy of trying to find, like we went around our neighborhood to ask people. My mom called a few shelters in the area. I think we went in with a
Yeah.
photo, even like, hey, if anyone's looking, we have this cat, but if not, we'll keep
Tabby's
it.
just overstayed.
And, well, no,
Welcome.
my thought was that, and it's so obnoxious, but I did not believe that Tabby showed enough appreciation for that she got this house that was Tony's, and she was kind of a bitch to Tony sometimes. And so, like,
This is objection.
I know it's absurd.
What
but,
what
like,
was Tabby supposed to do? Like leave you a card?
maybe not?
thanking
I
you?
mean, I don't know. Maybe like not be beating up Tony.
They're
sometimes.
territorial.
Yes, that's what they
No,
are
but-
by nature. That's
Tony's house, but it
hardwired
was-
into them.
But it was Tony's house, and he came
They're
in and
hunters.
I know, but that was my objection with this cat. I felt like he did not appreciate what he was given based on the fact that he was in the freaking cold and we brought him in and Tony has this house and he just came in and started fighting
Didn't appreciate
Tony
what
and-
you'd given him.
Right.
Long story
exactly.
short, Tabby's going bye-bye today.
Yeah,
did you bring the sack over?
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I would have brought my burlap sack
Well,
if
here's
I
the
know. if
here's
I'd
the
known.
thing. So we were supposed to. They found it was. This is basically one of these deals where maybe he could go 6 months. He's got like some water in his lungs, and you could empty it.
No.
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 No, I know. But I'm just saying, like technically, I mean, you could do chemo on
Oh,
him and
God,
shit.
no.
Well,
I-
I mean,
I-
these are options on the table. So we're doing those. Is
but
that
when
what we're starting today?
no,
you go
when
to the hospital and
re-
start chemo?
The only reason
Would a cat lose its hair if you did chemo on it?
The only reason I'm bringing those up is that because it's that bad. But my dad, in the end, is very. I always knew he liked this cat, but he is like very attached to this cat, and he just doesn't want to do it. And like it's just been a thing. Like it was scheduled to go Saturday. They found out Thursday, like, dude, this is bad enough. We're gonna do this
He's in
Saturday.
pain.
Yeah. We could fix it for a little bit, but whatever. And we sat there
So you're
Saturday.
just dragging the pain out now.
Well, he's on pain meds, but we got.
What do they got him on? Oxys?
Shut the fuck up, man. and
Spit halfway through the. across
Yeah,
the room.
did it hit
well, that
you?
was
Yes.
really inappropriate. But anyway, so we sat there on Saturday, and like the vet closes at a certain time, and my dad's just kind of like, I don't know, and I'm like, and then finally I was just like, Dad, fine, we can wait. You're not ready. Let's go. But like it's gonna happen today. It sounds like, but it's like I've seen this in my dad. Like this a level
Dude,
of.
I told you the only time I ever saw my dad cry is when we had to put Molly down. I was probably 12.
I haven't seen him cry, but I mean, fuck,
Didn't cry
like,
at his
he-
dad's funeral, his mom's funeral. Nothing. No. Fucking dog.
Right. I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't seen my dad cry, but he is not taking it. Like, it's been really like.
Do you want to see him cry just so you have that? I mean,
No, I mean, I don't.
kind of would, right?
So are you going to the funeral today? Is that why you're all dressed up?
I mean, I thought my mind was I'm going with them to put him down or put her down. And I thought I might have to leave right from here, and I honestly didn't think that I
So
should
what's
show
my-
up to a cat, putting down a cat in sweatpants and just my usual bullshit.
Well, it sounds
sweat-
like that we haven't exhausted every option of maybe keeping this cat in the game.
yeah, I binged the
mean,
cost of chemotherapy in cats. It's only $200 to $2,000 depending on the length of
they
treatment.
already they looked into some of this stuff, and there's other problem is there's also the heart issue.
Mike can
and-
afford
I
it.
feel like the Fadies are really scrimping here.
Yeah, I mean, would
No,
they do that
he's
for
looked-
you? Would they put you down too in this
For
situation?
one, my dad he's looked into. I mean, he's done a lot of research over the last year. Like he spent hours the other day in the computer looking at people for. I don't exactly know the thing he has. Like, so you got to understand. My dad knows that whatever the vet actually told him. I don't know the full on extension of what he said.
Sounds like you got some questions to ask, man, because he
You're
loves
being
this
such a
cat a lot.
cocksucker,
No,
as
he
usual.
loves this. I'm trying to do what I can to keep Tabby
you're
and
not.
Mike together.
As usual, if this was you, I can't even imagine, and you're being a cocksucker.
No,
but-
when I did, I got paused, put into cement thing for Monsty. It was very hard.
No, my dad was sitting there yesterday, and like I honestly would think my dad would be more like a Jay, where it'd be like, I
Burlap
I
sack.
like these cats, this and that, but fuck.
The circle of
But
life.
dude, my dad was sitting there yesterday, and he actually said at one point, like he's like, I just don't want, like, kind of like, I'm not kind of paraphrasing a little, but he's just like, I just don't want to I don't want to think I was a cheapskate. I don't want to think that this cat could have done it and I was a cheapskate.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
like
incurable.
No, it's not a good situation. The cat
Yeah,
needs
he's-
to go down, honestly. And
well,
Let it go, Mike.
It's-
Well,
well-
Beatty, that's what I'm talking about. He's got to just let it go.
I know.
Don't
look,
be so hard on himself.
I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but all I've heard is he hasn't shed a tear, and $200 to $2,000 is enough to
no, because the
I don't
reality,
know. I'm
it's what he has is incurable. The only choice is
Well, it is if you don't even try.
no,
That's for
it's
sure.
incurable. It's just whether he makes it 6 months longer and whether he's in pain and not. And it's actually been, dude, he's
Can
not
you
my
keep
cat.
him alive for 6 months and just totally tripped out on drugs? Like he might enjoy that,
Fuck yeah,
that
he
might
would.
be
He
the
doesn't-
best 6
he's-
months
I
of his
did.
life.
You know what?
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
did.
I did. I'm living proof.
I could play along with you right now if I wanted to, but the reality is, like, again, this is not my emotional cat. Tony's a big difference to me, but this cat's face, dude,
He's fucked.
he's in pain, man.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not in pain, but like you can
I'd
tell
at
he's,
least-
he's
I'd-
scared. That honestly,
yeah.
he's scared. He goes in like last night we found him we have a basement, our basement, but we had like this other side bedroom that we never go into, kind of a storage room. And like he was in there, just like in a corner, and
Yeah.
you can just. I'm not trying to be weird or too, but he's
It's a little morbid, but I'd feel more comfortable. One quick call to Carmanos. Get a second opinion.
Carmanos.
Yeah, the Cancer Institute.
They're the best.
They're the best, dude. People from all over the world come
the
here.
best.
I would actually say that
best.
the Mayo Clinic is where I would go after watching the documentary I watched a few weeks ago.
All right,
I would-
shoot down the Carmanos Institute, but I don't know, man. They're legendary. People come from all over the world.
But
I
it's
mean, if
been-
you've got cancer, Carmanos is where you're going to want to go.
It's been weird, just because, like I said, it's honestly my dad's cat. So if this was Tony, it's made me think, like,
I love
oh
how
my
they
god, if this was Tony.
these house pets in the Fady household are isolated to
Yeah.
different members.
It's-
Like Tony's your cat.
Well,
It's
again,
just weird.
This one all came to this stupid riot, and when I look at it now, I'm actually been going through a lot of guilt this weekend because actually this cat is a very sweet and lovable cat.
Yeah,
Used to hit it,
cute.
didn't
But
you?
I've been
Used to hit it.
Oh fuck no! I fed him and let him in and out if we
You
wanted.
did
and
not
stuff
kick
like,
or hit this cat.
No,
Okay.
fuck no. But I mean, I sat there at times openly going like, "This is Tony's house, you son of a bitch."
Oh, wow.
Stress. Wow. Immense stress put on that cat.
That's awful.
Certainly didn't help, Did not help.
But
Whether
anyway.
it contributed to where we are now, I can't say, but I know it didn't help.
All I know is that I will say this: it's made me think about
Dude.
Tony, and it's not been a positive because I've just been thinking, "Oh my god, if this was Tony, I don't even know what I would do."
He had to go
And it
do
will be Tony.
I know I know.
He's
Sooner
gonna
than later.
have a week off. He's not going to be able to go to work.
I hope
For real.
Hope it's on a Friday.
Well, he had to do stand up on Friday night, and then Jenny Fatirovich was having the Russian party at
yeah.
Allegro.
You went to that?
Yeah. In West Bloomfield. Me and Travis and T. Roy went up there and had a fucking blast. I actually danced. I danced on the fucking dance
Did you
floor.
do the mamushka?
I started to, but people were looking at me like, I mean, it almost looked like I hadn't mastered it. Maybe I was, a little bit of mockery going on.
Was she doing?
And I actually found a way to bring up your story. Someone mentioned, where's Gab from originally? The wedding you had.
Oh, her dad's Armenian.
Armenian, yeah. And they were like, so, dude, these guys are all pulling out their phones and their wallets to show me their wives and girlfriends. And fucking, I'm like, how the fuck did you land that? And she's calling you, trying to get green card secured so she can come to America. She's beautiful.
Awesome.
Like, they're fucking gorgeous, man.
Yeah,
And-
we've all heard of the Russian mail order bride.
No,
right?
these aren't Russian mail order brides.
But they're kinda.
But no. These are their girls. These are their girlfriends and fiancés. But then they've moved here and they're waiting to bring them here.
Sounds like they could be their girlfriends because they want to be in America, though. I mean, it's not.
They're
a
not
wrong-
being shipped here in a box. E.
I
These
didn't
are
say
their
it was-
fucking girls.
I think there can be a difference between a Russian or mail order bride, though, and still someone saying like, "Yeah, she wants to be in America bad
Yeah,
enough."
this sounds exactly like a Russian mail order bride.
No, they all want to be in America. Who doesn't want to be in America's greatest country in the world?
Exactly.
Do
And their way to
anything you
get there
want
is this fat, ugly Russian.
Thus, the
There
Russian
was
mail
no
order
fat,
bride.
ugly Russian man. Do you realize these guys are probably fucking mafiaed up properly?
You're the one who said, "How did you get that girl?" Your words were looking.
Well, because guys are fucking gross no matter what. These guys were no grosser than we are, but they're still. It's like, dude, that chick's a fucking knockout.
Yeah.
And the Russian women. But no, if you've dated a girl for 5 years in Russia and then you move here, that's different than flipping through the yellow pages for some hooer in Russia.
I get it.
Big difference. But one of the guys is like, actually, she's not the Russian. She's whatever.
Armenian.
Armenian. And I was like, oh, I got a little history. What's up with a napkin dance? He's like, napkin dance? I was like, oh, wait, no. Jay just invented that on the spot. And then I had to go through the whole story. I actually had a napkin in my pocket. I'm like,
So you started doing it?
I started doing
Yeah.
it. He's like, yeah, tradition's a little crazy. No one really knows what to do, so I don't blame him. They're fucking great dudes. I had the best time, and her DJing skills are dope.
What was she
You would have liked it.
I mean, was she doing Russian music, or was she doing like
She was
actual
doing like
techno
fucking
house
techno
music?
house music, man.
Shit, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I wanted
and
to go. I did.
Yeah, you did. And he goes, can't make it. The cat's sick, has cancer, so I'm going to spend the last evening I can
That's what
with
I
the
did.
cat, like cuddling with the cat.
I did. I slept
And I was
Friday
like,
night.
who needs a reality show? When, make sure you kiss that kitty goodbye for me. You know, I mean,
not gonna be
Jenny
put into
Fatarovich texted me like, when's Eric going to come? Is Eric going to be there? And I was like, oh boy, what do I tell her?
Oh, because no one can have an excuse, Mr. King of
Well,
the excuses. No one can have an excuse.
I never use excuses. That's outrageous. Name one time.
Oh, my
one time
Lord.
when I just thought,
Let her go.
your career 9 years ago, he would have fucking killed
What are
that
you
cat
talking
with a knife
about?
to go to the party.
Someone needs to. No, I'm not going to be held hostage to some night. Like if
You would have
some night.
served that cat on a platter at that party.
What?
As hors d'oeuvres.
She's asking about me. Hold on, let me punt this cat out the yard really quick.
Now this was
No
the
way I
10
would've
p.m.
done.
start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my excuse right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
no, it was fun. though.
outrageous.
Glad I went. Food was good. Drinks were flowing. I owe Travis like $45 though. He ducked out, and I had ordered. I don't know why. I thought it was for the table. 2 full desserts and a chicken kebab.
really?
And he doesn't eat meat, and so I've got these 2 giant desserts. I fucking hardly touch them and pass them around the table, and then he paid the fucking tab. So
No, I I legit want to see your DJ. It was a bad night, man.
yeah, I know. Well, it turned into apparently a bad weekend because you got to put the thing down today. Are you going to
know.
finally go through with it today?
I hope so. Well, I shouldn't say I hope so, but I do hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's better that way.
It
It's
should
Mike
be.
Lindell. Can you hear me?
Hey everybody, get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. It makes sense, right? If you divide it in half, that's exactly right.
Yep.
Which is the lowest price ever on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. Use promo code TDC. So when you're checking out, just plug in TDC. TDC for the Detroit Cast.
And there's a lot of good shit on there. They're adding stuff all the time too. So go check it out. My Pillow with Mike Lindell.
God's got his hand in this, and I truly believe that.
My wife's really gonna be upset about this.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
Have you watched any basketball? You guys are
Yeah.
pro basketball fans, college basketball fans.
I watched the Warriors eliminate the Rockets the other day.
Good game,
I
man.
watched, Steph Curry go off in the second half, which
Oh.
you knew was going to happen, right? He was held
Yeah.
scoreless in the first.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
I don't think it has.
Yeah, 33 in the third and fourth. My dad was telling me before that game, because that was in
In Houston.
in Houston, and who's Paul? Chris Paul. And so I guess my dad was telling me that Steph Curry reserved the court like at night, the night before the game, like at 7:30. I want to come to the court and work out, blah 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 blah. Do for a couple hours, do my drills by myself, whatever. And they're like, oh okay, and that's all fine and good. But Chris Paul got word that was going on, and they take precedent over anyone else. And so he went there at 7:30 as well. And was just like, I need you off the court. And Steph was like, it's a full court, man. I'll just take this half, you take that. I was like, no, I want the full court, and made Steph leave. And Steph's like, you fucking motherfucker, oh dude, just to be a dick.
Yeah, yeah.
I would've
Just
sat there-
totally to be a dick.
I guess that if I was Steph, honestly, I would have sat there and waited for. I would have sat there and said, "Okay, if you want to be here 4 hours, I'll be here 4, and I'll be here that the 5th."
Yeah, it's little
I
mind
seriously would-
games,
I seriously would have done
whatever.
that.
I think it's
kinda-
kind of funny,
Yeah.
in a way,
Honestly, I'm kind of on Chris Paul's side on this. Seems kind of weird that you would lend out your court to allow the visiting team to get comfortable on it.
Yeah, well, they've got to be able to practice too. I mean, I don't.
go to Houston,
high school gym,
university
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I would think Chris Paul. He's a big name in the league. That's something you would make the rookies do. Hey, Rooks, I need you two to go over there.
Go
Steph's
show up
showing
and
up at
sit on the court.
7:30. Demand that no one else play on the court. You know what I mean? Like he's at his house at 7, going, 10 minutes, I gotta leave. Go fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
Gets in his fucking Land Rover and drives to the stadium.
No,
and-
he probably wanted. If he did that, he wanted to do it himself. I bet he didn't want some rookie doing
Alpha
it.
dog, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I haven't watched a ton of these games. I watched the Golden State stuff, but that Toronto Raptor game last night,
Awesome finish.
holy shit! And the earlier game was good too. I was watching that with my folks for a little bit. I can't even remember. It was
Yeah, Denver,
Portland,
Portland.
Denver. And so then Denver loses at home. So we'll get to see Steph Curry take on his younger brother,
Yeah.
Seth Curry.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so they'll be. Although Seth doesn't play that much, but whatever. Do you have the shot though? Raptors forward Kawhi Leonard. This is the first they say Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA history.
Really?
Is that possible?
Game 7, huh? Yeah, I guess maybe. I mean, to end the series, yeah.
The decisive shot was the final basket of a historic night for Leonard. He scored 41 points, and only the second buzzer beater in a winner-take-all game in the postseason after Jordan's iconic shot to defeat the Cavs in the first round of the '89 playoffs.
Which was probably Game 5.
Oh, okay, so that's what they mean, Game 7,
Yeah.
first time. That seems crazy. It seems like there's always tight games. When you think about the NBA's history, if
But
they're saying
Game
it,
7?
Game 7, yeah, it's a game. I mean, there's 1,000 Game 7s. You've got to think how many of them are close and how many times every NBA game comes down to 10 seconds left. You get that final shot. There's never been a buzzer beater in Game 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, a little surprising.
Isn't that surprising? Mm-hmm. What a great shot. This thing, bouncing off the rim 4 times.
Oh, I know. That's the thing about it. Usually you see them just drain these things, and this one bounces, and everybody just goes silent, like, holding your breath.
And it's at home
Yeah.
for Toronto, too, so the place is just like, and then, what a feeling that must have been like there last night. Go ahead, hit it, E.
You got to be aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's 90-90 with 4 seconds left.
Defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
bounced
gotta
4
be-
times?
Yeah, 4 times on the right. That's got to be one of the greatest shots in NBA history.
I mean,
Seriously, dude, that thing left his fingers as the buzzer went off. He's got a guy right in his face.
to say it's one of the greatest shots in NBA history, what does it do for them? It sends them to the conference finals.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome, but greatest shot in NBA history?
Dude, look, I mean, just the way he's falling there. Now, had this been an 89-90 score when he put that up,
Right.
then it's more impressive. So I guess it's not one of the greatest ever, but he's falling out of bounds.
Just got it over the
Oh
rim.
my God, that last one, dude. That last one almost.
How does it take that bounce from the first one, the one off the rim that's really high, this first one, doing,
Oh, I know.
doing, doing. How does it hang on when it decides it's going to go stage left?
Get everybody outside. Oh, that's an awesome
Oh.
shot. Everybody outside the stadium.
Isn't that the best feeling when you're in the house in one of those
Yes.
moments when someone,
Yes.
it just is, it's just the greatest. Well, hopefully the conference final. I know it's just like, now they get to go to the conference finals. But still, good ball is good ball. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's looking like most likely it'll be Milwaukee and Golden State.
Yeah, you think, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I just don't know enough about these guys. I don't know enough about these teams. Golden State I follow, but Portland, Toronto.
Yeah. What do you know about the Cleveland Cavaliers? I know.
Dan Gilbert, goddamn it.
Dude, Dan Gilbert almost did this with Izzo, man, a couple times. He tried to
Yeah.
snare Izzo, and now he's got Beeline.
Yeah, but Izzo's family. That's Michigan State alum,
know.
Michigan State alum. This right here, I saw a brilliant tweet someone made today. It was like, well, Dan Gilbert just did in one day took it upon himself to destroy Michigan basketball, and so on the season he's 4-0 against
Yeah.
Michigan, 3-time state won, and then I mean for Gilbert has been trying to get a coach there for a while. I don't know why it's been hard to get.
Because he had LeBron, and everybody knew that
Right.
LeBron didn't want to be coached.
Yeah. So, Beeline, are you guys surprised by this? I know he
Yes,
talked to the
I
Pistons
am.
last year, right? It was last year. The Pistons showed some interest, and then Beeline bailed out once he found out.
I'm never surprised when a coach goes from college to pro because it's such a different lifestyle. College, you've got
Yeah.
to spend your whole year recruiting, and that you can't discount the just grind of recruiting.
Totally.
And the letdown when you don't get that guy that
Yeah.
you've gone out to Podunk, Iowa 9 times to see his home games and to shake hands with his parents and all this shit. And then at the last minute, he goes to a different school.
Or when
Yeah.
you freaking get him, then you put all that time in, and then
stays a
boom,
year.
yeah, boom, and he's out.
Yeah, that's
man.
what he experienced this year. He's got 2, maybe 3 of them leaving
Right.
for the NBA.
Yep, 3 of them I
just
think have already announced.
The roster turnover and the recruiting has to just
Now
be
he's got to be
such-
again.
But wouldn't you say after how many years? 12 years? Has he been
Yeah,
there?
which surprised me, dude, that he's been there 12 years.
I know.
Damn, man.
And I think Beeline, because there's a lot of people, if you looked at Twitter and stuff, and it was like, oh, huge news. and the first guy to break it, and people were like, who? Like, people didn't even know nationwide, like, John Beilein, the name. I think John Beilein was just getting to the point now where the recognition was finally paying off. You know, like, the few Final Fours, few finals, couple Big Ten championships.
Two
tournament
finals,
wins.
2 Final Fours.
Yeah.
2 Big Ten championships.
Yep, and a couple Big Ten tournament wins. Don't you think he was like getting over that hump? Because I always felt that John Beilein was kind of he's not Izzo. He's a second-tier coach, and that's wrong. But Michigan was so bad when he got there that it's like you're slugging through it, and you have a good year. But, you know, I mean, that was just my kind of outside perspective. And I think he was going to be able to get more recruits. To your point, it was going to get easier to get those recruits. It's easier for Izzo to get recruits than it is for some coach that's
he's
struggling.
done a great job the last 6-7 years. I guess to your
winningest
point,
coach in history.
To your point, Mike, I was surprised from the standpoint of, I just didn't think of Beilein as this sexy NBA kind of prospect.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's what you're getting at. Is he just seemed like a program guy?
Yes,
Does it
clean, super clean.
surprise you that he's only 66? That guy's like 66 going on 85.
Yeah,
he
I
seemed like
know.
a really old guy to me.
Well, he seems old enough that you wouldn't like. Why shift gears now? Your program's where it needs to be. Everyone loves you.
I think
there.
because of
You're
what I
making
just
money.
said, dude. It's
No, what he says is, I wanted to see if I could coach at that level
Yeah.
just once before I retire.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
and then when you look at it and you go, these are very different jobs.
Oh.
You know, managing pros and their egos, trying to get them to play together and listen to you.
Yeah.
Versus going out all around the country trying to get these kids to come to your school.
Dude, you're
all
there-
year long.
You're their Yoda when they're in college. They're broke. They need you. You know, but when you get to the pros and those guys get paid,
That's why I think Izzo would be an
fucking-
awful pro coach.
Yeah, probably. Those guys that are great with handling, you know, these kids, they're kids, and keeping them in line and making sure the scholastic shit's up to speed and they're, you know, not going out too late on Friday. That's none of that shit matters in the pros. You're a pro. All those guys are worth shitloads of money. Like, I mean, X's and O's schemes. His defensive game is good. I don't know, man. But isn't Cleveland going to be a shit team?
Probably. Yeah, they've got the. I mean, they were second worst in the league. They have 14% chance to get Zion
Yeah.
because they spread out in order to avoid tanking. This year they spread out the top 3 percentages for the draft lottery.
Oh, really?
So all three top, all
Have an
three of the
equal-
worst teams have an equal chance of 14%.
Oh, really?
So they have an equal chance as New York and Phoenix below them, 14%.
No kidding.
So they have as good a chance as anybody to get Zion.
Huh. Well, that would be
Yeah.
game changing for sure. I was impressed. I didn't realize how impressive his stay at Michigan was. 278 and 150 over 12 years. 2 national title games, 2 Big Ten, 2 Big Ten tournament titles. He did make a brief statement. Thanks to everyone at the University of Michigan for their incredible support these last 12 years. Our fans, alums, leaders, players, and students are amazing. It's been a heck of a ride. Hope you enjoyed our teams and staff as much as I did. Go Blue forever.
That was such an old man tweet, by the way. If you look at it closely, he's got weird spacing between
does
everything.
he?
He's
Does
got
he?
like space, comma. Then
Whoa.
Right?
To your point, Jay.
he's
Hope you
just
enjoyed
thumbing it. He
the
can
s-
probably barely see his phone, one of those. Like,
Huh.
Wow, I didn't even. This escaped me.
it warrants some
Our
dissection.
fans, space, comma, space alums, space, comma, space
I know.
leaders.
I know.
Then he got a comma right. Players and students are amazing.
Then his final statement, he
But
resolves.
there's
He's
a
got to
period
say,
after amazing, right?
but
And
then he crunches in the Go Blue because he thinks he's running out of characters, right?
he's not.
He's not.
He
He's
wasn't.
got plenty.
Yeah, he fucking rushed it there. This ending is very, very troubling. This might be why Michigan was so comfortable letting him go at this point. Hope you enjoy the staff as much as I did. Space, exclamation point,
No space.
no space, go Blue forever.
It leapt off the page when I read it.
Wow.
I'm like, what? This guy has never tweeted in his life.
Wow. And by the way, is that as stock a cut and paste?
Oh, I know.
Like, think about that. So-and-so's leaving Cincinnati. He's leaving the Bearcats for a new job. Thanks, everyone at the University of Cincinnati, for their incredible support last 12 years. Our fans, alums, leaders, players, and students are amazing. It's been a heck of a ride. Hope you enjoyed the staff.
But that's what you get from Beilein. You just get steady, right? He was just steady, classy. You knew what you were getting. He wasn't.
But Don't you miss, I don't give a shit about North Carolina. You want that kind of energy from your coach.
I don't know. I think he was exactly what Michigan needed.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree.
Well, it was nice not having a team, especially in college basketball, that's just in the news all the time for, shady shit.
Yeah,
and,
there's that FBI shit that just went down during the past year about recruitment, and neither Michigan nor Michigan State was involved in that, and that was nice to see.
Yeah, weren't they trying to pin some shit on Michigan State a little bit too, kind of rubbing him in the Larry Nassar shit, or trying to a couple guys. I felt like he was kind of got a raw deal with that, Izzo.
Oh, no, I think, a lot of people try to connect anyone at Michigan State to Larry Nassar.
Yeah. I hope they don't connect to you, dude. That would fucking suck, because you were probably there when
That's
Nassar was
way
there.
down the line.
You think so? Okay, good. Oh. So, yeah, now Michigan's got to go find a new coach. I certainly am no expert in this. I will not even pretend to give my opinion. I did think it was interesting to hear Juwan Howard's name kicked around.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's a Michigan guy. He's an assistant coach with the Miami Heat for a couple of years. Never coached in college or pros as a head coach. So, Luka, is it Yaklich? He's the assistant there now that most people think.
No idea.
He took over when, remember Beeline had a heart issue and he was gone for a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
I think he and there was another Sadie Washington or whatever, the two assistants took over and did well. So let's talk about them. Billy Donovan,
Oh, wow.
dude,
Yeah,
no
former
way.
Florida. Where is he now?
Oklahoma City Thunder head coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
Celtics head coach Brad Stevens. They might be done with him. They say that
He was
you'd
from
have to-
Butler, right? He took Butler to those
Yeah.
final games.
And when you're talking about Billy Donovan, Brad Stevens, you'd have to make an offer they can't refuse almost, to get those guys. And Rick Pitino. Would you want to go from the
No.
cleanest coach in the history of basketball to
not
Rick
personally.
Pitino?
Rick is out on his ass because of the investigation I just referenced. Yeah.
I mean, is it possibly learned? Feels terrible now and wants to right the wrongs of his past. I mean, did we give him that shot at Michigan?
Sure. Sure, he learned a lot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Did you want to do a read there, Jake?
Sure. Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call today. Tell them you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. Call 248-626-2000. Ask for our friend Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Man, I almost canceled the show today as well. It was hard to get moving today when I saw the news break. And you all know what I'm talking about. That Doris Day passed away at the age of 97. It was like, oh, you just don't expect.
I know the name. I mean, what the hell did she do?
I'm not sure. I think she was an actress of some sort. Yeah. And you know what? I read her story and I was like, this is for the best. This is for the best.
These are some big hitters here. I mean, they might be. I don't know.
Pillow talk with Rock Hudson. Rock had his puke bucket next to the bed every time he had to kiss Doris Day, and she probably had one too.
Yeah.
So it was announced by her charity, and this upcoming sentence here is about the only thing I think I respect about Doris Day at this point after reading more. Her charity, the Doris Day Animal Foundation, is who let us all know. They said she was surrounded by close friends, had been in excellent physical health for her age until recently when she got the pneumonia.
Well, that'll take him down.
Yeah. Pneumonia has killed more old people than, pneumonia's the one. You get pneumonia, it's game over,
It's
right?
tough to deal with, yeah.
I mean, you can fucking literally have one of your walkers lose a tennis ball in mid-stride, and you'll survive that faster than you will pneumonia.
I remember right near the end of my grandma's life, it was dude, those old people, my mom would be like, if it was even a little bit of a wind out, it's like, well, we're not taking her out. Literally
Yeah.
a light gust might give her pneumonia.
Do they know that?
That's what.
No. I mean, does the old person know, they're fucking, no, they're scared of the wind.
the wind.
It's the fucking wind. Are you serious? We're not going to brunch today because you're worried about my health in a fucking 14-mile-an-hour
Oh, when you're
breeze.
compromised. I think they took a lot of people with AIDS out too, pneumonia.
He's got AIDS.
I didn't give him those AIDS.
And when he had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for
No,
him.
you didn't, Don. That never happened. You never once went to your synagogue and prayed for Magic Johnson having it. I mean, you might have prayed for him to get AIDS,
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson. What has he done?
She died at her home in Carmel Valley, California, Jay. Her wishes were that she have, and this is mad props for this. I respect the shit out of this. Her wishes are that she have no funeral, no memorial service, no grave marker. Instead, visit the charity she founded to save animals.
Okay.
Just go online. You don't even have to go to visit like a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Just go online and visit. That's awesome. If
She
you
knew
want-
about that? The whole online thing?
I think, or someone did. So she was huge in the 40s, 50s, 60s. When did we get color? 60s? When did the Earth get color?
30s.
So was she in colored pictures? Not, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. Color pictures in 40s and 50s. So she did 39 films in 20 years. Not bad, 2 a year. On screen, she's this goody two-shoes, America's virgin.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. You know, she's going against
screen just.
No. She's going against Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's just like, happy birthday, Mr. President, just whoring out all over. Yeah, so she's going, I'm America's virgin. Everyone loves her for that. So her personal life, a little bit different than the movies. She had her first 3 husbands. Every one of them mistreated her, beat the shit out of her, left her, squandered her fortune. She suffered a bout of mental illness in the 50s. And then that's when she was like, I'm done with humans. I'm going the animal route. You know, I'm going to devote my life to animals. So she's married 4 times, only had 1 child, Terry Meltzer, who died in 84.
What
or
is she
2004.
known for, dude? What, like, how do we know this name?
In addition to some of the most iconic Hollywood films of all time, like Pillow Talk, hello, Love on the High Seas, Love Me or Leave Me. She was a Grammy-winning singer. Her songs, Sentimental Journey, Secret Love,
No.
Que Sera Sera, all inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, Jay.
Que Sera Sera?
Sure. Unlike Marilyn, so yeah.
Que Sera Sera. You know that one.
No. Sorry, Doris. Her first husband beat her when she was pregnant. That's a dick move, dude, isn't it? I hope he beat her about the face and not the belly. You know what I mean? Her second left her because he knew she would become a star and didn't want to become Mr. Doris Day.
Oh, Jesus
Hell yeah.
Christ,
He put up with that
egotistical
shit.
asshole.
He put up with that shit. Her third controlled her social life and career. Then he dies, leaving her in huge debt. She has no idea what she's worth. I have the unfortunate reputation of being America's virgin and all that, so I'm afraid it's going to shock some people for me to say this, but I staunchly believe no 2 people should get married until they have lived together. She wrote in her autobiography, my public image is unshakably that of America's wholesome virgin, girl next door, carefree and brimming with happiness, an image I can assure you, more make-believe than any film part I ever played. But I am Miss Chastity Belt, and that's all there is to it. This broad hated sex.
Yeah.
She wants to be Miss Virgin, and she's like, no, the story's not really true, but I am Miss Chastity Belt.
I'm still just trying to figure out how the hell we even know the name.
I will
Just
say-
longevity? What?
I was gonna say, I'll say this about her career. She took at one period there was a 9-year and her page, IMDb page, 1976 she does something. Then it's not until 1983 she has another role. But after that, it's consistent right until she's dead.
What, that she's
just
doing
stuff? I mean, it's it might be one roles, one-offs here and there, but she was doing things her whole life.
Right. Do you know what a chastity belt is?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So you can't even flick the bean with the chastity on, right? Sex, all that. So her greatest success is in this like rom-com for the day, this Pillow Talk. And kind of a funny, the premise isn't bad if we still had party lines today, where people in New York especially, or whatever, would share phone lines. And so it was like, it might be the call for the guy upstairs or below you. And so that's the premise. Her and Rock Hudson, a couple New Yorkers sharing a telephone party line, and initially they did not get along. They hated each other.
Really?
I hope they get together in the end, like find some common ground, and I don't know where that goes. I didn't see it, I'll be honest with you. So with movies trending for more explicit sex, she's out. She's turned her back on it. That's how anti-sex. What is with this woman? 1951, briefly dates Ron Reagan.
Wow.
Yeah. Ron was like, going back with Nancy. He knew Nancy would put out. Nancy was known.
Yes.
Nancy was in circles around Hollywood.
Passed around.
Oh, fucking. The
Rat Pack.
The
right?
Rat Pack all banged Nancy Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yes. Yes, we shared a girl.
The big old head.
Yeah, before Nancy. Yeah, I was with Doris Day for a week. She wouldn't even blow me. Yeah. In the early 50s, mental health takes a turn, prone to panic attacks. So she's crazy and hates sex. This guy's saying, "Oh, I'm in charge of her business stuff and all of her accounts." No, sweetheart, I got it all. And he's the one that dies. Leaves her $500,000 in those days. $500,000 owed in taxes. And then this other guy, Barry Comden, all right, he gets in there in 1976. She's still holding on. He finally gives up in 1982. He's like, "I'm out." Think about this, Jay. How long you could put up with this? He said, "We are incompatible." That's what she said. He said, "Yeah, I was tired of being kicked out of bed to make room for the fucking dogs." She had 14 dogs.
Oh, man.
And the final straw was when I was kicked out of bed to make way for Tiger, a poodle.
Yeah, that
Can you imagine?
14 dogs on
14
the bed.
dogs.
Come on, man.
Yeah. He's fighting for bedtime with his girl with 14 dogs. Make room for poodle. I'm out. Fuck this.
Done.
No. So, yeah, anyway. I've never met an animal I didn't like, and I can't say the same thing about people. So she's known around Beverly Hills as the dog catcher of Beverly Hills, and people are just like, "Oh, shit, here comes Doris Day." She has pictures of fucking dogs that need homes with her, and like, "Do you guys want to take Lucy here? Needs a good home." People are like, "Oh, she's walking another fucking dog around the block. She's gonna ask us to take it."
Well, I mean, I think I wouldn't mind sleeping on the couch bed and let her have 14 dogs if I knew that her net worth was $200 million.
No, it's not.
Doris Day, CelebrityNetWorth.com, has it listed at $200 million.
For what? That's not possible.
That's what it says, man.
For what? Does it say what? Why? There's early investor in Starbucks?
For one, even if that was the case, who cares how she got the $200 million?
No, I just don't believe it. Jay is still trying to figure out who the fuck Doris Day is.
No, I'm trying to figure out why I know her. You know, like,
you know why I was going to say, Jay? Because I think she's referenced in a few songs that we were listening to back in the day, like Bob Dylan. You know, Rita Hayworth, Doris Day. Like they reference these fucking famous like hot chicks from back in the day. I mean, that's all I
part
can
of the
think of.
zeitgeist.
One of those sentences here says she is the top ranked female box office star of all time, and 6th among male and females. That's a statement here on Celebrity Net Worth.
Wow.
I just. I
don't
don't know. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. But
I'm telling you, like, I understand that Celebrity Net Worth might not be 100% right all the time, but I mean, I have a hard time believing if it says it's 200 million, that it's really 200,000.
Well, if you remember when Vinny came over here from Sponge, we were walking. I was like, "Hey, congratulations, by the way." And he's like, "For what?" He said, "I said I was looking at Celebrity Net Worth, Vinny Dombrowski, and he said you're worth $60 million." And he went, "That's fucking awesome." So, who knows? I mean, I saw one of those for him at $60 million. Doris Day, $200 million. Think about that, dude. That's Eminem money.
Yeah, and it'd be one thing if she was connected to all these big movies. I'm looking through the list. I don't. I'm not a big old movie guy.
We don't know those movies, but if it says that she's the top female
in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, though.
That's not what it says here.
You think it'd be like, Wizard of Oz, From Here to Eternity,
there you go.
And you'd be like, okay.
Okay, the Judy Garland estate is worth.
By the way, there's a Judy movie coming out. Did you see that?
Really?
Renee Zellweger? Zellweger?
Renee Zellweger.
Wega. I like to put an H on the end.
Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, she's playing
I
Judy.
liked her. I liked Renee back in the day. What was her movie that Tom Cruise won?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Yeah, I liked her in that. She's playing Judy. Are they going to bring out the red slippers, the ruby slippers at any point? You think those will make an appearance?
Of course.
Oh, okay, good.
My God.
Can you imagine if they just went, everyone knows that.
Over the Wizard of Oz.
We just passed by the Wizard of Oz. Everyone's seen that. Like the worst Judy Garland movie ever. Did you hear Alyssa Milano over the weekend?
Yeah.
Dude, what? Is she retarded for real? Like, is she retarded?
Trump is just driving a lot of people crazy.
Okay.
She's one.
Like, how can, we've seen her a couple times. SNL did that parody where they had the cardboard cutout of her at the Kavanaugh hearings. Remember, she was in the background of the Kavanaugh hearings. That was really funny. And then she got all up in arms recently about, Pussy Hat and all that stuff. She was big. What was the other thing? She didn't want anyone to critique Democratic candidates running for office.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't want anyone to discount them, and so that they're not showing any weakness, because the whole thing is to beat Trump.
and that was received as it should be received. With, "Are you the stupidest person ever?" And then that's not good enough. She's got to come back over the weekend with this sex strike. It's in response to
Hashtag.
to a Georgia law prohibiting abortion after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. Boy, what a
Monstrous law, huh?
oh boy. I mean, dude, you know me. I joked for 4.5 years about abortion. Like, fuck, whatever. We should have National Abortion Day, where no matter how long you are in the process, you just kill it. We joke about that shit all the time. I don't care. I think humans suck. I don't really care about them. But dude, if you're just trying to argue human beings' life, like, heartbeat's a pretty good place to start. If you want to just settle at one spot and be like, that's like 6 weeks in.
This is so retarded that I did this.
An
because
inconvenient truth, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Dude, and nobody had to talk me into it. I just sat there and was like reading some shit.
Thought
and I'm
about
like,
it. Yeah.
I just thought about it. And it's not a religion thing. It's not a right-wing thing. It's just like,
I find it hard to believe that if people really sit and think about it, that they won't come to the same conclusion.
yeah. I mean,
Because
dude,
you take selfish interest out of it, and I know
that's her body, Jay. It's her right to choose.
No, but it's really hard to resolve that that's not a fucking human being.
yeah.
And it gets easier if you start, talking about, oh, it's the woman's body and this and that, and boy, would it be inconvenient.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
is
I
it
mean,
a life? Is it a life?
It's a really hard argument. People, no one's going to tell me what to do with my body. It's like no one's trying to do anything with your body. It's the body inside you that they're worried
There you go.
about. That's the thing people should wrap their heads around. And again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm never going to have kids. I'm
But
not.
you
it's
do
not,
have a dog in this fight. You're a moral person, right? You have.
Well, try.
Do you want your country to do the right thing generally?
Yeah, generally. Yeah. No, I
mean, this
understand.
is- this
no,
is-
when I say that, Jay, I don't mean like that. I mean, this isn't just like, oh, I'm on Team Red, so I have
Right.
to feel this way. It's not about that. It's not a God issue. It's not a politics issue. It's
No,
like
but it's a
I
human
just
being
thought
issue.
It.
You're a human being.
Yeah.
Are they killing human beings or not?
I was reading about it, and and it was like, no, and then someone, as I started going down that road, and I'm never going to be the guy out there with a picket sign, don't forget it, but someone sent me that video, and I was going to play it for you guys one day, the doctor breaking down exactly what goes on in abortion.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, dude. It's brutal.
No, a lot of people don't want to see that.
No, I don't blame them. I don't want to see those fucking
An
signs.
inconvenient truth, Mike.
I know.
I know. The signs, that's why they use them.
Yeah. And so, heartbeat. It's not a human being until it's breathing air. You're like, heartbeat? I mean,
So it emerges from the vaginal canal. It's not a human being.
Yeah.
Really?
What
Sitting
time-
there
what-
sucking its thumb.
What are some of those
Sitting there fighting with its twin.
Yeah, rustling its hair and stuff. Those late-term abortions that they were like, I mean, it's a woman's choice up to this. Like, and we're probably pissing a lot of people off right now. I don't care. What are those? Like 23 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not sure of the weeks.
I think it's like 23, 24 weeks, and there's extreme examples. And so over the weekend, I just binged for my own curiosity. Like, what's the most premature baby that lived? Because it's not a human being, right? It's not a human being. 20. It's like 3 weeks shorter.
Yeah, of
than
when it's allowed. Yeah,
when it's allowed
to suck its brains out.
It's like this thing just popped out on its own.
Yeah.
3 weeks earlier than that. Pretty hard to argue that's not a human being because it lived. It lived
As a human being.
as a human being. Yeah, I think. I mean, unless you go, no, it was born so young, it's not really a human being anymore. But yeah, so her she's wants women to practice abstinence until the bill is no longer in effect.
How's that going to work?
Our reproductive rights are being erased until women have legal control over our own bodies. We just cannot risk pregnancy. Join me by not having sex until we get bodily autonomy back. I'm calling for a hashtag sex strike. Pass it on.
She got pretty hammered on that, didn't she?
Yeah, she had to know some heat was coming. But yeah, it's just so funny to not see. So I like someone said, yeah, her urging people to or exercise bodily autonomy as a means of proving they are being denied the ability to do so. That's funny to me, and another woman, a politician, was in Florida, was saying, yeah, little different. Let's just not have sex with conservative men.
Okay.
This
Luck
is
with
all
that.
so stupid.
Yeah. It's just it I don't know how she doesn't see how this absolutely takes women and go, our play is we have a pussy and we can make threats with it.
Use it as a tool, man.
That's what we're about. We are a whole. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. If that's what you guys want to go with.
That's a great point.
But this is what
that's
you've
the point that
reduced
Twitter ran with, man. She got hammered with that point. This is here's feminism, right? Use your pussy as a tool.
Yes.
No, that's not how it works, Alyssa.
But pussy's used as a weapon all the time, in a lot of cases. But yeah, like, I don't know what to do. What do we do? You can't fuck it then. Like, okay, nice debate. Nice going up with some logical debate and fight for what you believe and whatever. No, shut your hole down. Good, I'll fuck your ass then. How about that? How about I come in your ass then? How about you just pull out, Alyssa? How about that? I promise, at least minimum 5 pumps before I'm gonna blow. I'll jam it in your ass and finish there.
Dude, you talk about debate, and this is so dumb. I know it's dumb, but like I don't know why. I'm not like you where I've done it on Twitter before, but once in a while I'll jump in that troll world of internet.
Oh, it's fun. It is fun.
It is. And so this Saturday, I don't even know what it was, but I just decided on Facebook there's this group that for some reason I've at one point has come on my feed, and it's anti-Trump, and everything they do is just, oh, Trump's the biggest. Anyway, the abortion thing came in, so I dove in there a little bit of like, what if we think this is killing a person? And dude, it was.
You don't have to say half that.
Oh my God, dude, it was. I actually have people just end up responding to me where I'm like, I have things where I'm saying, look at what Mike kind of says. Look at what if I'm not religious? What if I think that the planet is widely overpopulated? I don't even really care what you girls want to do. Blah blah blah. But let's just maybe admit that this is killing a person. And they're like, you sexist, anti-blah. I mean, they are
goddamn conservative Republican piece of shit. Trump.
Right, cannot respond. And then I respond with, oh, that's interesting. You want to just have a talk? Oh, wow, just go into, nameless some bullying. And get out of here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, why isn't he blocked yet? Pig.
It's like, I'm literally even telling them, like, well, what if I don't even believe in all this other stuff? But I'm just saying, hey, guys, there is. And here's
biology.
Well, that's the interesting
biology.
That's the interesting thing, Jay. That was one of the responses one time. Someone goes, well, apparently someone missed biology class because this is when a human becomes a human, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes to the interesting aspect of like, oh, so we believe biology when it comes to abortion, but we do not believe biology when it comes to male and females and being two sexes.
No,
interesting which ones we decide to believe in or not.
Yeah.
It was fun, though.
Some of the Twitter responses to Alyssa did crack me up because anybody that falls in line with this is going to be in line with her thinking. So they're like,
right,
this is perfect. That means all Dems just stop fucking each other and stop producing. We want to be more of these mental psychopaths running around the planet. It's like, yeah, that's pretty funny because no conservative is going to fucking read that and be like, she's got a good point. Let's stop fucking. This is going to lead to more abuse on women, by the way. How long are guys going to just be fucking told, no, it's closed for business.
It's going to end a lot of marriages.
Change the law in Georgia. I don't even live in Georgia. I can't vote legally in Georgia. Don't care.
I saw someone say that. They're like, well, what happened with women and, all for one and one for all? Why are just the women in Georgia giving up sex? Why don't we all give up sex? And it's like, okay.
Yeah, well.
I mean, why not?
Because now what you're going to get is a lot of haggling. Guys are going, I know, I'm on the team. I got it. Yes. No, it's important.
Of course.
We want to be able to murder fucking things even when they've got a heartbeat. I get it.
Your body, your choice.
Your choice. You want to do it, you do it. I want to knock you up just so you can abort it. Okay? That's how on board I am with this. How much is the tip? 3 minutes with the tip, and then I come to your tits. Deal? No, it's closed. Fuck.
Well, I like your body. Someone told me, I think in one of those things where someone says well, how can the government tell me what to do? It's like, well, the government tells us a lot of things.
They tell you not to drive 25 in a fucking school zone.
Right.
They tell you how fast you go on the freeway. They tell you have to wear a seatbelt. There's lots of shit the government tells you.
So you can't murder people.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that one sucks too. We got to get that one off the books.
They can't rape people. The thing is, the
government tells you can't fucking drink and drive. The government tells you can't do this, that.
They can't admit the thing is they can't admit that technically they're killing something because if they do, it sounds monstrous.
Of course.
But the funny thing is, in my
see, that's why they
I know
the woman's issue.
But what's funny about that is when in my quote unquote trolling job where I was doing it on Facebook, I'm telling them in paragraphs, I don't even fucking care. I think there's too many people on this planet. I'm giving them everything to be like, I don't even care. In fact, do it if you want. all I'm saying is maybe admit that you're killing something, and they'll, you sexist homophobe.
Yeah.
Someone told me I was. An
I know you
oppressive
can literally
male.
that stuff. Yeah.
Oppressive male.
It's funny, dude. If you ever want to get in the Twitter world and really start some shit, guns and fucking abortion, man. Go Roe v. Wade and guns. It's dude. What did the Ricky Gervais special, the humanity one that we all loved, when he was like, yeah, I used to fucking push an agenda a little bit about being an atheist. He said, I didn't even have to fucking do it anymore. Like, I saw the facts. He said, I could fuck with these people just simply going, happy birthday, Earth, 6 billion years old today. He's like, fuck you, I know what you're doing, man. Because they all these like huge, hardcore creationists are like, it's fucking 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
And so it's just fucking off and running.
Trolling the creationists.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's not hard to do. The gun people and those, but yeah, a lot of people were pointing out to Alyssa too, which I love. Unplanned movie. That was the woman who worked at Planned Parenthood.
Yeah,
murdered a lot of babies, and then
Mike
one day,
Lindell was involved with that movie, right?
Funding, yes.
Yeah.
And so she murders all these babies, and then one day went, that is kind of a human being, and like flip teams. And so she's part of this murder. She got pregnant or something, and whatever it was, and so she's like, join us in applauding Alyssa Milano. What do you think? Her hashtag sex strike actually treats preborn lives with respect. Sex does result in new human beings. Self-respect and respect for the preborn people's lives probably includes abstinence in a world that exterminates the hashtag unplanned. So a lot of people are saying that. This is amazing. Alyssa Milano, she's promoting abstinence, supporting the pro-life movement. Thank you. Thank you.
Hilarious, dude.
I don't know who this Alyssa Milano is, but it's nice to have her on board with the pro-life movement by choosing abstinence.
Just sitting there fuming at home.
That's not what I meant. You don't understand what I meant.
I'll create a new hashtag, and it'll be even better. Hey, everybody, check out the DetroitCast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. Page includes businesses owned by listeners. Take a look. It'd be great for you to support fellow listeners who support the show. Today's featured listing is none other than DRKM Strategies. They specialize in helping independent small businesses grow by using proven internet marketing methods. They entice new customers to find you online. Contact Head Nerd over there, Craig, and he will help you out. So go to DetroitCast.com or the Help the Show tab.
Hey, let's take a quick time out. I'm sure we got to get a spot in. A spot. And then we'll come back. You guys, it sucks you guys don't watch Game of Thrones. I watched that last night. Got one episode left.
Heard there's another editing snafu.
A little bit.
Not another coffee cup, but a snafu nonetheless.
Still, if you caught it,
yeah.
Which I did not, I will admit. I just don't pay that much attention. But yeah, I'll explain what it was. I didn't know if you'd heard about that. But yeah, it's pretty sloppy, man.
Yeah, that is sloppy.
That's pretty fucking bad.
And the non-Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers was on the show.
Yeah. Do you have that video clip of that? See if you can find. No, not right now. We're gonna break.
Second, right?
Yeah, he runs around. The dragon went off last night.
Oh, yeah?
Man, the dragon's so he got to win an Oscar this year.
Is there
Has to win an Oscar.
only one dragon on this show? Or?
Yeah, the other two died.
Oh,
yeah. And so there's one left, and that son of a bitch.
Sorry for your loss.
I mean, he just fucking. I don't want to
breathes fire and everything, huh?
Oh, he's a fire breather. Yeah. I mean, dude, the acid reflux he must have. I mean, I can't even imagine. But we'll get into that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Detroitcast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Mike and Jay. Just hearing from Hamlin Pub in the break. And reminds me, we're going to be at Hamlin Pub
Hell yeah.
coming up soon, man. That's going to be Saturday, May 18th. Meet and greet with TDC. All you monsters come out and hang with us. And this is starting to get big. El Presidente, Bill Ogden, is going to be there from Ogden Legal Triage. And he's going to be hosting a little happy hour thing.
I understand he's paying for a few drinks.
He is, and so we all need to get there early. And our goal is to just fucking
Bury this
financially
guy.
ruin,
Bury
just
him.
ruin him, leave him in ruins, and then some of you guys get into some vicious car accidents and call him up for help. It's just circle. We'll be good then. Jenny Fedorovich is going to be there. Producer of Russian 5. A lot of you guys loved her. She's a blast to talk to and hang out with.
How do you say it? Fedorovich?
I was told by Josh Reel that it's Feterovich because I was going to call her Fedorovich. I when I first read her name, Fedorovich, and he goes,
So you had it right at first.
I
and
had
Josh
it right,
messed you
and
up.
Josh went, it's Feterovich. I went, oh, okay, cool. Called her Feterovich to her face because every time I see her, I say, hey, Jenny Feterovich, how are you, my favorite Russian?
And finally, she was like, can you stop calling me that, man?
Well, she was doing a recorded thing over here with Melissa Coulier, Dave Coulier's wife, and they were introducing themselves, and I just noticed that she went Jenny Fedorovich, and I went, hold on, wait, is your fucking name Fedorovich?
Did you do the TO symbol?
No, I didn't even. I was so taken aback. I mean, I was aback.
Gobsmacked.
Absolutely gobsmacked is what I was. I didn't know what was going on in my world. Is it Fedorovich? It's like Marin.
Little
And
bit.
so now I can't remember what it is. Fedorovich, I think, is how she actually says it. Either way, she's going to be there. J.R. Adams is now coming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the big dude. Yeah, he's like, he's going to be at Comic-Con on Saturday, and so he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to be able to duck out of Comic-Con, and then I'm heading right to you guys.
He's a fun guy.
Dude, he's awesome. And then Chris Newberg and his hot girl Michelle Dion are coming in.
Newberg.
Yeah, and so it's like, well, maybe if we can, if we fucking push him a little bit when we're there, maybe we can get him to pop up and do a little bit.
Of course he
A
will.
little bit. And so I've got a guitar ready to go. I got it restrung over the weekend and tightened up here and there so that he can take my my acoustic on stage, do a little something. And I know there's some discussion in some of the fan pages about doing a live performance of What Up Fam. And
What up, fam?
What up, fam? And I mean, maybe.
I thought you were going to say a live sex situation, possibly.
Well, who knows? I mean, if we cheer loud enough, I know Newberg would be up for it. But one of the things I saw bantied about was Newberg said something like, yeah, T, why don't you jump up on stage and sing it with us and, I don't know, write a verse or something. I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. You should do that. Because he did. So I might have to help T-Roy write a verse to What Up Fam this week.
If I were T, I'd be like, that's fine, but I get to act out the verses.
Hell yeah. He can call his own shots at this point. He can. So we're going to have free pizzas and Tigers tickets and Hamlin's gift cards.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Come on out.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. So get there early. I know I had mentioned to some of you to take, make reservations, but apparently they're not taking reservations for that night. I don't know why, but whatever. So if you can make it out, it'll be a lot of fun. Starting at 6:00, Hamlin Pub, 25 in Van Dyke, this Saturday, May 18th. Hope to see you all there. We, as always, appreciate the support and help and look forward to that. Mentioned Game of Thrones for the break. And Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
I think this show is kind of gotten famous for famous people wanting to be on the set in a scene somewhere. And so I think there are some Easter egg kind of things out there where, certain celebrities are in just in a frame passing by, nothing big.
That's like Daniel Craig allegedly was one of the stormtroopers in A Force Awakens. Yeah.
I was going to say Star Wars is doing a lot of that too. I think there's a few people that you would know that are behind some of the stormtrooper outfits or,
So who else has been on Game of Thrones?
I don't know. You could probably bing it.
Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers is one, and it just kind of sparked my memory. Like, yeah, I don't think he's the only one. Scott Ian did Walking Dead, remember?
Yeah.
When we talked to him, I think Walking Dead's another one where people want to be in the makeup room for 6 hours getting painted up as a zombie and then be in a flash of a scene.
Yeah, and then point back to that forevermore.
Yeah.
I was in Game of Thrones. I was in
Dude,
Walking Dead. Yeah.
How cool would that be? That dragon. I don't know. It looks like Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, if this scene is true, I don't know how he's not going to have severe burns on his throwing hand. You know,
he got blown up.
Yeah. So the dragon, I think the dragon's name is Drogon or something like
Drogon, the dragon.
Drogon, I think.
Seriously?
Yeah, but I think Drago is the guy that's
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know half these people's names. They say their names, and I'm like, yeah, I recognize the name. I don't know who it is because it's just complicated.
Gotcha.
When that dragon's flying around the city and he's wailing on everybody, oh man, it was
Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, I'll be honest though, dude. They left some fucking. This show lost the guy that wrote that. Is it George R.R. Martin, maybe, who wrote?
So he wrote the books, right? And then they've deviated from the books.
Well, he wrote like 6 books. I think there's supposed to be 8.
Yeah.
And he's taking fucking forever. They're like, dude. And so the last 2 chapters or something he didn't write. So they just took the keys from the old man.
Yes.
And said, we'll do it. And so now all of a sudden, they're trying to tie everything up and make it blah blah blah. And some people are having issues with it. Like, it would have been nice to have like at least an outline of where he was going with this story, to play off of. But there's a lot of things that are not really making a ton of sense. Like, and I won't bore you with it, but like the dragon, she had 3 of them, and takes on these ships at one point. And they've got those big fucking metal arrows, that they can shoot out.
Sure.
And they fucking kill one of the dragons immediately. It's a big war scene, and like fucking kill one of the dragons and wound one of the others, something like that. And then this week, the dragon takes on those same people and just fucking lays waste.
And they don't think
by
about
himself.
the arrows that were so effective against the other
They
two.
tried using the arrows, but he was like, no.
Really?
And
Wow.
just breathes fire on him. And
There's different ranges of dragon. I mean, maybe the
it's
other
the
two
same
were
dragon.
pussies.
No. They're the same dragon.
Same
Obviously,
species.
they're brothers.
Wow.
Sisters, yeah. The dragon mother had 3 eggs, And so it's like, wait a minute, man. Those things had a hell of a time. In fact, one of them died last week. Now she comes in. They don't even it's not even a battle. They just come in and whoop ass on these fucking ships and all these guys. And then just burning down, like, no effort. Okay.
Ed Sheeran was on Game of Thrones. You see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
looking at some of these,
He was like on a
lists,
campfire scene.
Yeah.
some of them I know. I don't know.
Do you want to watch Aaron Rodgers really quick? Do you have that
It is
there?
really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Of course, Aaron Rodgers gets so much.
And here he comes. Boom. Like,
Yeah.
unless he tweets about it or people in the know tweet about it, does anybody ever?
You can tell it's him.
Yeah, if you know it's him.
Right. Yeah. Like Ed Sheeran scene, you'd know it's Ed Sheeran. Like if you're watching, he's in a scene where they're talking and stuff.
This is literally 3 seconds, man.
Be cool
Aaron
though,
Rodgers.
dude. If that was you in Star Wars,
Of course.
You'd
yeah.
love it.
yes. I don't begrudge him for doing this.
yeah, you sounded a little begrudging.
No, I'm just saying, like, people, oh, Aaron Rodgers on Game of Thrones. Dude, it's unrecognizable unless you know he's on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. How do you think his acting is? I'm a little troubled at the very end by his fall. I got to be honest with you.
Let's see it.
I just because there's a green screen and there's a padding right
Whoa,
in front
whoa,
of
whoa.
him.
Green screen.
I don't even know if you can tell the fall.
I don't think an actual dragon burned him.
Shit. 1 second.
Who's that fancy man? He looked delicious.
Oh my God, he's so gay. Get him on TV immediately.
Here he comes. I don't know.
Right, this right, that part right there.
You know, I don't like
I
it
don't
from
think
the
you fall like
I
that.
don't like it from the standpoint it looks like he was hit from the front when in fact he's being hit from the side and the back.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dragon's
he-
breathing fire and it's going down on
He
the alleyway.
falls. Yeah, he should have divin. He should have
Should've
dove.
divin, yes.
He should
You
have
know what,
dived.
If
that's
he
the
would have dived,
That's the director's role and the all those
who
guys-
knows, dude? Maybe he fucked it up so many times. He would just use the first one where he
Let's
did that.
see it again,
stupid,
E.
I don't. I
Now,
doubt that. But.
watch how if he were hitting the front, yeah, right?
Yeah, if he's hitting the front, that makes sense for him to go back like that. Hitting the back, that's the exact opposite of what you would
I think
do.
it comes underneath him. The fire comes underneath his body and pushes him up. If you look
It's a
at
good point, E.
Well,
it did.
I could see that, E, but I don't think that's transparent to all the viewers.
It's the first thing I saw when I paid attention. I'm just.
No,
I
I think I took issue with it. I noticed it. I would have fallen differently.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I would have swan dove.
Well, that's why
Divin.
Aaron Rodgers is
Swan
a
Divin.
Super Bowl winning quarterback and on Game
Well,
of
he should
Thrones, and
stick
you're
to
sitting
that.
here.
He should. If they had him out in the yard tossing the rock or something, fine. But him as being dying at the hands of a fire-breathing dragon.
So is this
I don't know.
is this thing proceeding in your mind properly to its conclusion? What do you have? 2 more or 1 more?
One more.
Really? Wow. This is
Yeah.
a big moment.
I know. This show has done a really good job of following. I'll try to keep this non-Game of Thronesy, of following the characters' arcs, right, over years. And so they've been very slow building. They're very, it plays out, and it feels like right now it's like, oh wow, she was like a good guy. Yeah, they built her up as this fucking, good guy, and now it's just like one thing happens, and now she's the evil, and like what? And it's like
It's sudden.
very much
Yeah.
so.
Things have to get tied up.
Yeah, one girl, and I don't know who the CGI masterminds are, and I'll let the Aaron Rodgers thing slide. He's a rank amateur, but how do you have fire-breathing dragons wipe out a whole city, but not your guy? Like they're all running in the same thing.
Yeah.
And he comes up. It's like your superstar didn't get hit.
I guess you have to go, hey, man, this is a world where there's fire-breathing
Can't do
dragons.
that.
I'm going to turn off my brain a little bit.
Nah, can't turn it off. There's too much going on you got to pay attention to. When buildings are crumbling, and I mean all about. When you talk about, are they crumbling about? No, all about. Like the whole thing is crumbling all about. And multiple times, one of your lead characters is running, and buildings are just falling. It's like any one of those buildings would have ended this person. This person, because it doesn't take much. Dude, when you're talking about a 20-story, 10-story, I don't know how many they were, concrete blocks falling, one of those
Fatal,
from a
typically.
distance of what, 3 stories?
Whew.
Would a 3-story cinder block
Smithereenies.
you, right? Your head would not survive that as a mortal.
But this person just dodges them all.
Yeah, not even looking up like, oh, almost got to get that. Oh, almost got that. You'd be
TV
tripping
show
over.
where there's fire-breathing dragons. So
I know. I
guess you got to
hope that
accept that.
if Drago, whatever, doesn't win an Oscar this year, dude.
I guess I'm even confused. I guess you're saying, like, I know you're complaining about the CGI, but if the storyline in their mind is that this guy doesn't die, does it even really matter?
That's not no, but yeah, but you can do. I hate it when it's like you've watched Superman get thrown through fucking 80 stories of buildings and run down it and cinder blocks everywhere, and then in the end, one punch takes him out. And you're like, wait a minute, he was just punched through fucking 8 city blocks.
Who took Superman out with one punch?
I don't know. Someone did in the end, or tripped him or something, poked him in the eye.
That is always the example, and I don't know. You're right. I get
No,
it.
or the bad guy, the guy that's
Yeah.
fucking, he's blowing up planes and he's
Dude,
shooting
that's-
through buildings. He's punched through multiple buildings, and then all of a sudden, like one guy, like
That's as old as
pokes
time,
his-
by
Why
the
wouldn't
way.
you just
That's
do this?
that's
Why
non.
wouldn't you just do that?
you would. I mean, Larry Curly and Moe
The Stooges taught us that. Superman doesn't know that? You're Superman, man.
Apparently, he doesn't.
The thing is, though,
Well, how about a wax on, wax off
Oh,
Superman? Doesn't know that?
Brilliant.
Danielson
Don't
taught
paint
us
the
that.
fence.
He could. He's Superman.
Yeah. Plus, he could just go backwards in time to when that thing's
know.
a baby and kill it.
I
like,
know.
Dude,
You know-
once you gave him the ability to fly super fast backwards in time, what are we doing, man? What? Everything that you don't like in life.
And
you
that's-
fucked your first girl and came in 1 minute. Rewind. Start over.
Well, I think
Start
they
over.
Probably
Don't
would
need
say
to,
that
there's
it
abortion.
I bet there'd be some explanation that it affects him. The body of Superman. He can't
Not that
just-
I've seen.
By the way, wasn't Avengers wasn't it time travel centric? That's to me such a cop out, man.
Well,
Come on.
it doesn't. If you
Time
can
travel?
do it there, you don't have an excuse as to why you couldn't just go back further and take out whatever this thing is that's ending everything as a full-grown monster.
Yeah.
Take it out as a baby
dream
monster.
sequence,
Yeah.
traveling time. Come on, you got to come up with something better, Hollywood.
Well, Back to the Future. I mean,
But that was to me it's different. But Mike, the other thing though is your thing about CGI is that like it's
I've been on the
happening-
record, Jay and I both.
I know.
We don't not crazy about CGI.
I get
period.
it, but your one argument of like the Superman thing that's been happening literally every action you
I know,
babble on
I
about.
hate that's why I don't see him in the theaters.
No, but I'm not even talking about CGI. I'm talking about since you've been a kid and you talk about Die Hard and all this shit. Every one of those movies, 20 fucking bad guys.
Absurd, yeah.
Yeah, stormtroopers. Historically, they're terrible
worst.
shots.
Yet
Them
somehow
and Nazis.
one guy can just fucking sit there.
Them and Nazis are the worst
Yeah.
shots on the planet.
Yep. No, I know, E. It's just
It's terrible. I'm not saying that, but it's just like that's why I
you
don't
know
like
what?
action
You know what the
movies,
problem with this
to be
is?
honest with you.
Game of Thrones has done such an incredible job with this series to be very, very
Did he get
in tune to detail.
But they didn't even erase the lady's hand. Apparently, she had a fake hand.
It's not a
She had
girl's
a fake hand.
Are they
Man
resting
hand.
under laurels this last season?
It's Jamie Lannister.
Are they getting
Lannister
lazy?
Tell me
you're
about
talking
this. What's the deal?
So Jamie, I can't remember where he's the Kingslayer. You know, he killed the king at some point,
Okay.
and so he's known as the Kingslayer. And Jamie is banging his sister. Obviously, they've had a couple kids, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
His sister or the guy's
No,
sister?
his sister, his own sister. Yeah. And at one point, Jamie loses his hand. I can't remember why. Maybe in some sort of a duel. Perhaps.
Chromosome-wise, we're all straight on these kids. These kids are fine.
Well, one of them
Walks
happened
with,
back
walks
then,
with a
dude.
limp.
No, he doesn't walk with a limp, but he was a little mental. He tried
Little
to
tick.
kill everybody and when he was 8. You know, got a little.
The
ahead of
Middle
himself.
Ages, Jay. They're all fucking each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
The guy keeps
So
that
Jamie
bloodline.
loses his hand.
Loses his hand chopped off. I
very, very
understand.
Skywalkerian. And so they put like a gold hand on him.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's legit proper
Spectacular,
metal.
yeah.
And fingers don't move. We're not in the robotics age. It's just a fucking, it'd be like if you wanted a trophy of this, it would just sit on your table. It
It's
doesn't
like
move.
Chubbs' hand in
Yes.
Happy Gilmore.
Golden bronze version of that.
Gotcha.
And so it's just kind of popped on there. And so at the end scene when he's with his sister and they're embracing, you can see,
His normal human hand.
his normal human hand around her waist, or like just the knuckles and the fingers, and it's like, oh come on, guys, he's got the gold thing on.
Some people, I think they have a situation of like, senioritis here, man. There was some editors and stuff that were just like,
just want
whatever,
out.
man. The check's been cashed.
Yeah, they're just trying to get these final episodes on the air on time.
We're good.
Is anyone gonna notice? Can you go in there with some fucking I don't know, some Photoshop and just make his hand gold?
I mean, at this
in
point, they
post?
could just
no notice.
Just tell the internet trolls to suck it. It's over anyway.
yeah,
What
they
are you
wouldn't
gonna
fix
do?
the coffee cup. They're going to fix this?
Probably. They probably do the same thing because they'll know exactly where it is and just go in and fix it. I wonder if this scene gets caught, the hand thing, if not for the coffee cup a week ago. You know what I mean? Because I bet there are people like, frame by frame,
Right.
where's something wrong? I want to be the person that finds it and tweets it first.
Well, when you're talking about 1 billion people watching or whatever, probably does get caught.
Yeah. Well, it did. Like quick too. It's not like 4 years later when the box set came out digitized, you know. So anyway, yeah, you guys probably won't watch the finale next week, but
Probably
the rest
not.
of the world will be.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to tune into this thing.
Okay,
Tune
let's
in
see what
tomorrow.
this is all about.
Dude, you laugh, but I came home one day a couple weeks ago, and T-Roy's sitting there on the couch. I go, "What you doing, man?" He's like, "Watching Game of Thrones." I was like, "Cool. You into the series?" "Nah, never seen it before." He's in season 6, and he's just fucking watching it because it was on. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, it's a great series. You have HBO Go. Just go back and man, fuck that. No, for real, dog. Why don't you go back and watch it?" "Nah, I don't give a shit. I'm just watching Game of Thrones, man." It's like, okay.
Just watching a rando one-off episode.
Dude, middle of the season, season 6, middle of the season.
Oh,
T-Roy's just plunked down watching an episode of Game of Thrones. Checking out GOT, man.
We do have some email, Mike.
Oh, man, we went long.
We did.
We gotta do a-
yeah,
yeah.
before we get to that, Isis, do we have a message from our fine sponsors?
At Twin Peaks, there is something from the made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. The perfect sidekick to any meal is a featured rotating tap, served at a frosty 29 degrees in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Mike, this email from Nate is apropos given the severed hand we just discussed. This is speaking of Muslims' left hands. Always up for the closet fucking,
Is that the
lately
ass
seems
wiping
to
hand?
love a Russian. What?
Is that the ass wiping hand?
I don't know.
No, okay, sorry.
Always up for a closet fucking, lately seems to love a Russian. We all know you killed your cousin. What did you do to Holy, you son of a bitch? That's a
Yep.
pretty good...
She's on her honeymoon right now.
Wow.
I know it took a while.
So she's
but
getting a deep dicking all week, dude. Your cousin Holly is getting deep dicked.
up in,
Where's she at?
I'm trying to think, Rome and shit like that.
Well,
Up in Rome.
Rome. Why not?
Well, I said up in, and I realized
Rome, Georgia?
No.
Rome, Romeo. They're in Romeo,
good
Michigan.
the good one.
Good one.
The historic one.
I don't. Dude. Why stay at a Holiday Inn? She's just getting deep dick for a week. Why would you, do that for your honeymoon and then go to Rome where you can enjoy it?
I don't know, dude.
Hey, you guys got into the topic of the Sultan of Brunei lopping off right hands as punishment for stealing near the end of episode 1266. This caused Jay to make the reasonable assertion that they should chop off your left hand if you happen to be left-handed. The problem with that is that there are no left-handed Muslims. Did you guys know that? No left-handed Muslims. The Quran states that your right hand should be your dominant hand and thus be used for important things. Adherents of Islam are only to use their left hands to wipe and wash their anus. So there you go.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Penis or vulva after using the bathroom. I assume it's this rule that leads to the uniform chopping of right hands. The show's been adequate lately. Congrats on the new studio. Nate. So there you go.
Wow, that makes sense. I mean, and it's easier, too, if it's like right is right, left is wrong. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine being just straight up left-handed? I mean, as dominant with your left as you presently are with your right.
Yeah.
And then you become Muslim, and you're like, fuck, man, if I really want to adhere to this religion, I gotta switch this around a little bit.
Okay, talk about a choice.
That's enough to keep me out of the religion, even if I'm really on board.
Can't do it. Left-handed.
Yeah. So do you think even in every moment, because it's one thing if it's like, shit, I'm fucking Muslimed up proper. I got my robe on and all that shit. My beard's looking sweet. And I got to sign a check at the grocery store. And it's like, and I just do chicken scratch like a first, grader on my thing. When I go home, I'm wiping my ass with my right hand. I just am. And I hope Allah can fucking not looking at me that moment. But,
blasphemous.
Dude, I mean, dude, do you want to start all over now at this age and learn how to wipe your ass with a different hand?
I told you about Chet, man. My brother broke his wrist and had to learn, and he did it. Took him some time, but he did it with the help of his wife. We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging with us. Hope you all had good Mother's Day weekends and all that stuff, and we quickly making our way to Saturday. So hopefully we'll see you guys all out there at Hamlin Pub at 25 and Van Dyke starting about 6 o'clock for some drinks and food and fun and a lot of guests. So Isis, good luck with your cat today. Please, just give it a once-over in your thoughts. If you could maybe give a quick call to Carmanos, see what they can do. Other than that, we wish Tabby well. Rest in peace, young Tabby. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.